All right, Starseeds, the portal is open for your divine purpose and it's time for you to step in. I know that you're feeling it. You've got the ache going on. I want to break it down and share some tools, some information on supporting you and stepping into divine purpose as a starseed. It is a wild time right now. So it's been amazing, but also crazy. There has been a massive portal that opened as of the full moon. So that would be the 12th of February, Wednesday, the 12th. A massive, this came through in all the Starseed sessions that I did. So I hosted an Andromeda Starseed session workshop series thing. There was the Starseed one, there was the Diam and Draco one. And in every single one of those, including my own downloads and a lot of downloads from my students, are all getting the same thing. This visual of this doorway actually coming down, this energetic door landing down on Earth. And we have this portal opening from now all the way through until the full moon in April. So I'm going to do my best to bring as much content for it as I can here on YouTube, as well as on TikTok and Facebook. So please follow along there. Make sure that you subscribe and follow along so you get all the details. But here we are. We are in the thick of it. And it is wishy washy. It is up and down. It is confusing. It is aching. It is crazy ascension symptoms, as if that's any different than any other day, but it's intensified. Our knowing, our ache for purpose is intensified. And it is this throb that happens. And I know you're feeling it. I know I'm here to do something, but what the fuck is it, right? So let's talk about how to navigate that and how to get clear on what that is specifically as a starseed. So we've got this massive opportunity. It's going to have a lot of ups and downs. I'm going to touch on some simple stuff and then we're going to get into some real game changing things right now. It is absolutely important that you understand the 12 principles, the 12 universal principles. There are 12 galactic principles as well. So they're just a fraction different than the universal ones. They're in my book, okay? I want you to just go back and refresh yourself on those things. The principle of correspondence, meaning everything is a reflection of you. We are in a timeline where a fraction of us is being reflected in everything that is. So if you're feeling triggered, okay, these are all the basic things. I promise I'm getting to big stuff. If you're feeling triggered, it's something that wants to be healed within you. It wants to be adapted. It wants to be transmuted into a different vibration. If you are feeling excitable, if you are feeling in the space of admiration, then that's a reflection of you, right? I had this moment, I just shared it in the weekly forecast that I did. I had this beautiful moment of, I have a sister, a long time ago sister that's not really present in my life anymore. And she's so authentic and so beautiful and so pure. And she's making content right now. And I'm so freaking proud of her. And I love her so much, but she's not a part of my life anymore. We don't even communicate. There was like a division in people and it doesn't even fucking matter. But I'm sharing this because this is a fraction of the admiration exchange of each other. And this is how we begin to heal our planet and the collective of humanity, is by identifying these little fraction pieces of each other. So when you have these moments of admiration, I want you to just be in it and be like, yes, I don't ache for her to come back into my life. I don't go into any low vibe. I just simply acknowledge and send all of my love towards her. And this is what we're doing right now. We're having all these little opportunities. When we do that, it's equally reciprocated back to us. So whatever you feel about people in your life, places in your life, workplaces in your job, all those things, whatever you're feeling right now, you're acknowledging, and there's an immediate exchange of that vibration, and it's being amplified. This is where we get challenged, because if we are like, how dare you? You're going to get a whole lot of that in your life, babe. Don't do that. If you're like, oh, I'm so drained, it's so hard, it's so heavy, it's going to amplify. This is not the timeline to do that. Instead of wallowing on something or over chewing something or over processing it, I want you to put it down in your journal and just look at it and be like, where does that stem from? What wants to be healed within me? What wants to be transmuted within me? What's underneath the story? What is the emotion involved in this? What is it that I'm actually feeling? And where does that come from? Usually childhood, right? So I talk a lot about the limiting beliefs and doing that. That's my jam. Really good at it. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. Step one. As we move through this, we then have to make a choice. So I talk a lot about this. I've been talking a lot about this. And it's so important. However, I don't know if everybody actually truly gets the depths of it. and it's confusing. So I'm going to be a little spicy here. We have to choose authenticity. The only way that you're really, truly going to stand in purpose is by being 100% authentic. So let's break this down, because a lot of you are already like, I'm totally authentic. What? Probably not. You're probably still lying to yourself. Like legit, you're probably lying to yourself. By being authentic, I'm going to share my story. I shared this on a live. I am spicy. I am super bold, and I have zero fucks to give about low vibe shit. Like, I don't care. I don't want to hear your sob story. I don't want to talk about the weather. I give no fucks about what your great granddaddy did. Like, I don't care. I just want to know you. I'm passionate about you. You're right here, right now. I don't give a fuck what you're afraid of. I don't give a fuck what you are like wallowing over, how hard it is, or how little money you have, or any of that, because that's on you. I want to love you, not your problems. Not your problems at all. And so I'm spicy, and I won't entertain conversation about problems unless you are solution focused. If you don't want to be solution focused, I don't really want to know you even. I'm like, no, thank you. You're not my person. You're not my type. That's authentic. That is actually who I am. The other side of my coin is when you are a beautiful human. I love so fucking hard, like to a default. I overlove probably. I love so deeply, and I will take you in, and I will love you, and I will boost your tires, and I will praise you, and I will celebrate you, and I will be so excited about your journey standing there doing what you do and shining, and I love it, and I will do whatever I can to support you. I will put you on a fucking pedestal and help you feel the amazingness that you are if you're deserving. That's my authentic. So I want you to think about, can you come into acceptance with the pieces that you feel a little bit ashamed about? If you have jealousy in you, a lot of people do. If you have jealousy, can you just come into acceptance of the fact that, like, oh yeah, I was having a jealous moment. Isn't that interesting? Can you be vulnerable with it? Can you be transparent with it? Can you be transparent within yourself instead of ignoring it? That is authentic. I am the biggest nerd. Like, let me tell you, I am the biggest nerd. I think dad jokes are the funniest thing on this entire planet, or kittens. Like, I love kittens. I am a massive dork. I am quirky. I am odd. I am mostly in my inner child energy, where I just see the world as this amazing, wonderful place. And I'm so like curious and excited about it. Like, look at the moon kind of girl, right? I'm also fierce. I'm also compassionate. I'm also very sensual. These are all the bits and pieces that I am. This is my authentic self. And it took me a long time to not be afraid to demonstrate that authenticity, to be the bold one and be the villain in someone's story. It took me a long time to get really comfortable with that. And now I'm just standing here. And it has been an unfolding and an unfolding and an unfolding. And the proof is in the numbers. Go look at my followers and how loyal they are. The proof is there that when you are authentic, you connect with authentic, you connect with real. If you want to be in divine purpose, you 100% need to understand what authenticity is. The biggest lesson I could ever hand you, so you're welcome. You've got to get solid on that. That is going to liberate you completely into having inspired action that serves you, instead of this fluffy bullshit inspired action of, love and light. There's nothing wrong with love and light, but that's not the whole thing. Like, we are both sides to the coin. We are dark, we are light. It's not always about love and light. You're in absolute denial if you think that's what it is. You have to embrace your darkness. You have whatever that is. Mine's just spicy. It's just completely spicy. Like, I don't care about the shit that, like, I just want to celebrate you, right? I don't want to hear about your woe is me's. I want to hear about you. I want to love you. And so I want you to start to reflect on, where are you holding back out of fear of bringing yourself forward, or the fear of being judged? What are you afraid of being judged for? I used to be terrified of being judged as the villain in someone's story. That's kind of my role now. I'm quite comfortable there. I want you to think about, are you fear of judgment because you don't think that you're attractive enough? Is it fear of judgment because you're not knowledgeable enough or certified enough? Is it fear of judgment because who am I to do this in the world? Is it fear of judgment because as a child, you were told that you were just going to be nothing? Like, that was my story. I remember my mom being like, you're stupid and you're ugly, So marry the first man that asks, because that's all you're ever going to get, and make babies and just shut up. Like that was the story that I was taught. I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much. So is it something like that? Are you afraid of using your voice? Are you afraid that your stories or your situations or your things are too quirky, too out there, too left field? Are you afraid that being raw is too much for the world? Are you too much? That's a common one for star seeds. We were often told that we were too much. We feel crazy going through this process and we feel completely isolated going through this process. But when you arrive, you're unstoppable, babe. So I want you to start to dial back into, where am I holding back my authenticity? That's going to be your game changing vibration for moving into what's available for us. So we've got this massive gateway opening, and this is about, there's 3 waves that are going to happen. So we're going to have 3 of these openings in 2025. The first one is right here, right now, like right off the hop. Bam, here it is. Started in February full moon, goes all the way to April full moon. Then we're going to have a little pause, and then we're going right back to it. This wave is meant for you to walk through this new energy. Gaia is anchoring into 5D. The world is not going to split at all. It is just experiencing different realms. Okay. So you're not going to lose anything. There's so much bullshit out there. I'm quite spicy on that one. We're not going to start with that right now. But 5D, Gaia being in 5D, is her anchoring into more wholesome, more authentic, more raw, more courageous, more inspiration, more together unity. We're on the doorstep of unity. And so as she anchors, there's this gateway opening for you to move through. Humanity has their own dimensional consciousness. I talk about that in the book. It goes from 3 to 9. I love it when people comment, like, I'm in 12th dimensional consciousness. I'm like, no, you're not, because you wouldn't even be online if you were. Like, you're not. So sorry. There's 3 to 9 for the human experience. Then, and 9 is going back into source. So, okay, cool. If you're 12, then I don't know what you're doing on Earth. But anyway, Gaia has her own dimensional consciousness. What came through in one of the downloads in the galactic group right before the full moon was, this is her 5th reset. Okay, so we're hearing a lot of talk about the pole shift. We're hearing a lot of talk about all of the crap that's going on in the US and all of the things. This is her reset. She is resetting. And this doorway opening is for us to walk through this new energetic wave, to integrate this new energetic wave, to understand what is next and what is required to help Gaia birth herself with ease, to help her move through this with absolute ease. That is part of your mission. And because of that, we are also supporting the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the aquatic kingdom, the oceans, humanity, our galactic energies. So it's all hands on deck right now. So this opening is intensifying that ache for purpose. Okay. That purpose cannot move through you until you become, really truly move through you until you become authentic. It's no joke. I do tell you guys all the time, I did things the hard way so you don't have to. It took me a very long time to land in this seat. I started my divine purpose way back in 1998. I was like, okay, here I go. And I knew what it would lead to, but I didn't know the path. I didn't have a full vision. I just knew it was something big. And it was just mistake after mistake after mistake, like, honestly, because I still had this one, I had a fear of being seen for the longest time. So I kept myself real private. I did not do social media wasn't a thing back then, but I hid myself because I was terrified of my voice and being seen. So I had to heal that. Then I had to heal the fact that I wasn't crazy and that I wasn't alone, because back then nobody was talking about this stuff. And here I am talking to aliens and being like, people are going to think I've lost my mind. I'm going to get laughed at. That was a wild ride. Then it moved into building an empire. I wanted to build this massive empire. And my goal was to change 1,000,000 lives. I've already done that. I've already changed 1,000,000 lives, or supported 1,000,000 lives, let me put it. So that's done. It's over. And I was like, okay. Then I was sort of chasing the next thing and the next thing. Like, I want to help more. I want to help more. I want to help more. But there was this hidden piece within me of, I want to be special. I want to be seen. I want to be valued, because I didn't understand that the inner child within me still felt unvalued based on my entire life of being the oddball and being the black sheep in the family and being completely abandoned by my entire family and social circle by the time I was 22. Thank you, Jehovah's Witnesses. Love that. It's amazing. So there was that. So it just took a lot of healing and reflection. And when I finally understood that there is no such thing as special, that there is absolutely no such thing as special because we are all a fraction of each other. And that was when I started to embody the principle of divine oneness. When I did that, everything began to change. And I had to walk away from people that I loved. I had to walk away from career opportunities that I truly believed in and I loved because it wasn't the right vibration. They were still in an ache to be important or in toxic vulnerability or that fake positivity bullshit of like, all is well, all in divine timing. And I was like, whoa, I can't do this. So I had to walk away from a lot of things that I truly loved and valued and believed in because they weren't in alignment with me. And I had to go back into a solo journey again. So I went on a long solo journey. That's when I moved to Central America and I went to semi retired. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I need to really discover me. And in that process, I was able to understand that my four bodies had to come into union, that I had to let my four bodies love each other equally, which meant no smack talking my curves. It meant no judging my aging. And so that was a journey. From there, that started unfolding my true authenticity. And that was very vulnerably, be very vulnerable here. That was drastically interrupted because I love so hard. And like I love really hard. It's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. But it is what it is. And I love really, really, really fucking hard. And I have the knowing of, and this is a toxic trait that, like, my biggest toxic trait. I know what it feels like to be alone, isolated, lost. I know how hard it is to build a social media following. I know how challenging it is to figure out how you're going to put yourself in the world and have students to work with. I know the 3D really well. I know the 4D, the 5D, and the 6D really well. And it can be quite lonely and painful and confusing. And my toxic trait is I don't want anyone to ever feel that. And so I overloved, overgave opportunities, overshared, did everything in my power to support people stepping in. And I watched them do nothing with it. Pretty much not all of them. Some of them are fucking amazing. But the majority of them do nothing with it. And then I realized that my toxic trait was actually holding them back. And I lost some of them in a very painful way, in absolute betrayal. I ended up losing people. They completely betrayed me because they had this self-righteous, you've been handing it to me, why am I not getting more energy? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know, that give an inch, take a mile kind of vibe, right? That sort of happened. And so they went on their way, made me the villain in their story, and they're now doing whatever the fuck they're doing, who knows? But that toxic trait that I had of, I just don't want you to feel what I felt, was holding people back. So therefore, I wasn't actually supporting people into stepping in divine purpose because I was trying to give them instead of letting them discover how to do it on their own, right? So fucked up, didn't know, fucked up. And the moment that I let that go, everything moved, everything transitioned. And that has been an on and off journey for me for about 6 years. And now I know I'm just going to stand here and celebrate you as you do it. And that's what I'm doing. I have some incredible, incredible people in my life right now that are really stepping so beautifully and authentically into divine purpose. And I'm so fucking proud of you guys. Oh, it's so good. I am like your biggest cheerleader. And so now I know different, right? And that's the journey of being a starseed is you can't get it wrong. You just understand differently. You grow with every little like, oh, I could have done it like this, huh? You become better, you become bigger, you become a higher vibration. And so we're going to make these little mistakes. We're going to have these little hiccups. We're going to have these little like, oh, shouldn't have done that. But it all starts with coming down into how authentic can you be? Like really, truly authentic. It's not about forcing your personality by any means. Some of you have zero personality and you're still amazing people. So just enjoy the fact that you have zero personality. Some of you have a lot of personality, just like me, and that's okay too. And some of you are right in the sweet spot in between. It's just about acknowledging and loving yourself for where you're at, no matter what, no matter what, even if you don't have it figured out. When you allow yourself to navigate through an authentic vibration and perception, it comes, it unfolds, and you will 100% arrive. 100% arrive. I can assure you, you will arrive. The default that you have or that we have as humans is we try too hard. We we try way too hard. So I'm going to give you some tips if you want to be a spiritual entrepreneur as a starseed and you want to put things out. You have to first learn the authenticity. Second, you've got to learn how to seduce life. This is kind of my motto. I don't chase. You know that whole I don't chase, I attract movement on TikTok, right? I seduce my life. I seduce prosperity. I seduce joy and passion and all of those things. So, how can you seduce life to you? How can you allow it to come to you? Can you be a little mysterious? Can you be a little, you only get this piece of me until you earn the rest? Can you own yourself? And as you do that, you start to pull in everything that you are because there's beautiful power in mystery. There's beautiful power in curiosity. There's beautiful power in, you know, you want it and owning that, right? That's going to help boost your confidence. It's going to help boost your confidence in what you're receiving and what you're stepping into and who you are and how you walk and how you move throughout this life. And so I want you to think about, how am I going to seduce life? That's one of the energies of Venus that's really moving through us right now, is that, like, seduce it, like bring it in, pull it in, like make love to life. It's amazing. So we're going through that sort of thing. That is going to, so the authenticity, the seducing life, the don't be all in display, be a little mysterious sometimes. Display pieces of yourself, not the full thing all the time. Allow yourself to move through it with ease. Then from there, you're going to realize that you are the genie in the bottle, my love. You are the creator of your experience. And whatever metaphor you need or visual you need for that, I really ache for you to find that. Because when you understand that you are the creator of your experience, whether you are the genie in the bottle granting wishes, whether you are grandfather prosperity, whether you are, you know, your version of God, I don't know. Like, find a way to play with it with your ego, because your ego doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So when you give your ego like this job of playing with it, I used to make the statement, I'm a daughter of the divine. All of my needs are met. I'm taken care of. That was still putting my power outside of myself. I then became the divine. And so my ego has this whole like other version of itself of like, you are divine. You are the divine. You are the divine. And so as I walk beside divine, this other parallel version of myself. And I allow that version of myself to summon energy, to summon desire, to summon all of the things and fuel me into living safely. The more you can allow yourself to receive, 100% go into receiving mode, the more you allow yourself to receive, the less your ego is going to go into fear, panic, and freaking out over like when, how, why, how do I get this? Am I safe? Am I secure? So I never want your ego to go into fear. So allow yourself to receive prosperity, safety, all of those things. Okay, so that is what we're looking at. Those are kind of your stepping stones right now for how to navigate this portal opening that we have. It is really important that you understand the 12 principles. So please go review those in my book. If you don't have it, it's on Amazon. You can hit the link. It's in the bio. Please, please, please understand how to use these. We've got, what we're doing right now is embodying the principle of divine oneness on a whole other level, and not the basic, yeah, we're all one love vibe. No, it's so much bigger than that. So we're all having an opportunity, whether we're walking through, you're the first wave or the third wave, it doesn't matter. The divine principles are being activated in you so that you can become the awareness of them, so that you can intentionally create the transition that this planet is aching for through your galactic self. So there's all of that. The first wave is very much golden children. So the golden children, we have wings. We resonate strongly with dragons, very strongly. You may have energetic wings, which means a lot of upper back discomfort when they're being activated. It's so fucking uncomfortable. You tend to be a little bit more fiery or a little bit more wild child vibe. Definitely me. We are having ascension symptoms in the way the stomach and the digestive area works. So it's your core that's being activated right now. So it feels like indigestion. It feels like stomach upset or a lot of food intolerances. Constantly thirsty and needing to be hydrated. Those are one of the symptoms. Um, your body not really wanting to hold on to food and being like, we don't really need this. Let's just get rid of it. You know what I mean? There's that. There's circulation challenges. So you're either running really, really hot or really, really cold and not in that comfort zone. What else are we going for ascension symptoms? A lot of things out of the corner of your eyes. What we're being prepared for with all of this, my loves, is actually experiencing galactic energy in the physical. So I'm experiencing them in the physical with my touch, my eyes, conversation. Like they're here with me. Not in my third eye, but actually in reality. So we're experiencing them on that level, or we're moving towards that. And that's a gradual process where you'll experience little bits and pieces. I have a lot of questions on this actually, where anxiety starts to heighten. So you'll feel them there and you'll get like the spike of adrenaline or anxiety. That's just your survival operating mechanism trying to adapt. So you just have to move through it. So you've got to find a way that when that spike happens, especially at night when we're in bed, right? And you hear it and you see it and you feel it and you're like, oh my God. And you just get this spike of energy. Find a way to immediately recognize it, calm it through breathing. We're just going to go, okay. And then you can talk to your guides and you can say to them, there's a little less. Just, I'm having this spike of adrenaline. Can we just dial it down a couple of notches for me, please? That they don't know any different. They're just here, right? So they're like, okay, what do you need? So tell them what you need, and that's going to support you in connection with them. That is what the whole gateway opening is. There's a lot more information that I want to bring forward, but this isn't really the platform for it. So if you feel inclined, please join us for the Starseed Galactic events. Just go to diamondno.com. Nikki and Cindy and Zoe are my support team right now, and April. They're all my support teams right now. So they're getting everything up on the website for March's events. So that'll be up soon. At 6 p.m. Eastern time will be the next Starseed event. So just stay tuned for that. And I talk very unfiltered there. So this just isn't the platform where I can talk about a lot of that stuff because I'm getting blocked, which is super fun. All right, there's that. Hopefully that information helps. Let me know in the comments what really resonates. If you have questions, please let me be of service. I love nothing more than gathering questions and being able to support you in answering those in the next coming videos. So make sure that you like this video. If you feel inclined to share it or, tag a friend or whatever, beautiful, because we're coming together. But more so, I'm interested in how can I be of service to you. So put your questions in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, help a girl out, help my voice get out there, and help us all come into union in the Starseed events. All right, I love you tremendously. Until I see you again, go look in the mirror and find as many reasons as you can to say thank you.